Hello guys, my name is Jake McKill Code, and welcome back to another reaction video. We're gonna try something new. Basically, yes, we are gonna try something new. Like instead of playing Roblox all day, and instead of playing SES4 all day, we're gonna try and react to Shane's one more time. God damn it, this guy, I must say, this guy is pretty good in telling creepy stories and shit like that. So we're gonna react to his once again video that is creepy. And today we gotta have Shane's scariest catfishes ever 2. Wait, what? Yeah, 2. I don't know what the hell. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start the video right now. Here we go.
Hey, what's up you guys? Yes, it is time again for another creepy video. Now today's video is a continuation of one I did a few months ago that was incredibly disturbing. We talked about some scary catfishing stories that ended in murder or suicide. And today we have a few more that are incredibly disturbing and very heartbreaking. So first we're going to be talking about the awful story of Breck Bednar. So Breck was a very normal teenage boy and he loved video games. And like most gamers, he liked to play online with several people all over the world. But one day in 2013, he joined an exclusive gaming group of only 8 other members. The gaming group was run by a man named Louis Daines. Louis moderated the group and chose who was in and who was out. Now, Louis seemed like a normal 18-year-old boy. And yes, Breck was only 14, but Louis had a baby face and acted like a kid, so they got along. But underneath Louis's baby face was a lot of demons.
God damn it, I must tell, that is not a baby face right there.
So he made up all these lies about being a millionaire and owning this huge company, and he wanted to teach Breck how he could become a millionaire like him.
Louis Daines is 4 years older than Breck and the other boys, and claims to run a multi-million-pound software company.
Well, after a few weeks of talking to Louis, Breck started changing. He stopped going to church with his family, he started breaking the family rules. His mom was getting afraid of what was happening to her son.
Well, I actually forbade Breck from talking to him. What happened was Breck's behavior changed, and he started to not follow sort of family rules, and his ideology was changing.
This is where the story gets crazy. Louis told Breck that he was dying and that he wanted to meet Breck in person to talk about handing over his billion-dollar company. And once again, this company didn't exist.
Daines tells Breck not to tell his parents and emails him an elaborate cover story.
Yeah, so Louis created this plan.
That is crazy shit.
Lie, and then he even came up with another lie to give Breck to tell his family about where he was going. This guy was twisted. Well, on February 16th of 2017, Breck set off to meet Louis. Louis was 30 miles away from Breck, and Louis even got him a cab. Now, it's not exactly clear what happened.
What the hell?
But what is clear is that Breck was murdered. Breck was stabbed in the back of the neck and was tied up for several hours. He also was sexually assaulted by Louis, and then Louis cut his throat. Now, after Louis killed Breck, he called 911 himself and came up with an alibi. Here is just a little bit of this incredibly disturbing 911 call.
Essex Police Emergency.
Hi there. I need police and a forensics team to my address, please.
What's happened?
My friend and I got into an altercation, and I'm the only one who came out alive.
Are you telling me you've killed somebody?
Yes, I am.
Well, then he went on to explain how he did it.
I, in self-defense, put my left arm up to block him from stabbing me effectively. We struggled. I got the knife and I stabbed him once in the back of the neck, I believe somewhere near the brainstem. He turned around, tried to carry it on, and I think I stumbled on my chest drawers. I fell over. I got back up, backed away, and then remember exactly what happened. The fight ended with me cutting his throat.
So Louis admitted
God
to killing
damn,
Breck, made up a
that
story,
is some
and it was
good
like
ass
that just
bullshit
went
lie
on
right
and
there.
planned the entire thing. Now Louis will be in prison for the rest of his life.
That's right, he better stay in his goddamn prison cell.
Right now to increase awareness of online predators so that something like this doesn't happen to somebody else.
I can't believe I've lost my gorgeous son. I have to find a way to help other people and other teenagers to understand the dangers of online predators.
That one is so incredibly
The
disturbing.
mom is really
Even
thoughtful,
more
though. I give
disturbing
credit
is
to the mom.
kids. I mean, technically 18 is an adult, but that's still so young. And you think you're just like going to meet up with your friend who you met online, and then it ends in one of the most brutal murders I've ever heard of. It's fucked up. Okay, now this next story is crazy, so please stay with me. This involves two catfishers. So online there was an 18-year-old girl whose screen name was Tall Hot Blonde, and an 18-year-old guy whose screen name was Marine Sniper, and they fell in love.
A beautiful southern girl and a handsome Marine on his way to Iraq. Who would have thought it would lead to a 2-year affair, a love triangle, and more?
Well, Tall Hot Blonde was actually a 45-year-old woman, and Marine Sniper was a 45-year-old man, and they were catfishing each other.
That handsome Marine in dress blues is actually 46-year-old Thomas Montgomery.
I know, crazy, but this is the gross part. Tall Hot Blonde, the 45-year-old woman, was using pictures of her own daughter. Now, if that isn't gross
That
enough,
is
she
seriously
also sent
just
him her daughter's panties
shit.
and said they were hers. Anyways, the two of them had no idea that they were catfishing each other, and they started falling in love. I mean, they would send each other notes back and forth with like really intense things in them. Marine Sniper would say, "I have found my perfect angel, and I'm never leaving you till you tell me to. No one else will make me leave you. I will fight them to the death, baby." Tall Hot Blonde said, "My world, my everything. I love you always and forever." Okay, so they're having their little love story, and then this is where it gets even crazier. So Marine Sniper's real name is Tommy, and he has a real wife named Cindy. Now Cindy found out that he was cheating on her with
That is
someone online,
just
and
what the
woman,
hell?
Mary, a long email saying, "Hey, my husband's not 18, he's 46, and he's lying to you. Oh, and he's married to me." Well, Tall Hot Blonde got really fucking pissed and wanted to get revenge. She decided to start flirting with one of Tommy's co-workers named Brian Barrett, and he was 22 years old. Now, of course, when Barrett's getting these messages from this young, hot-looking 18-year-old girl, he's gonna respond. Well, Tommy found out that Barrett had been talking to Tall Hot Blonde, and he got pissed. Well, one day after work, Brian Barrett was getting into his car, and Tommy walked up and shot him in the head. His body sat dead in the car for 2 days before it was discovered.
2
Tommy
days?
spent 25 years in
What
prison.
the hell?
Of course, his wife Cindy divorced him, and the thing, Tall Hot Blonde, or her real name Mary, wasn't convicted of anything because technically she didn't commit a crime. But when her daughter found out that she had been using her pictures and her panties, her daughter said she would never talk to her again. It's so sad that an innocent 22-year-old guy lost his life because two fucking insane people on the internet were catfishing each other. I can't even process that. Okay, now this next story doesn't end in murder, but it is crazy that this stuff happens. It happens a lot. This is the story of Leah Palmer. So Leah Palmer was a fashionista and a lifestyle Instagrammer. She was beautiful, single, carefree, and lived the life of a queen. She even had some online relationships with some of the people that followed her. Leah Palmer's life seemed really great, except for the fact that Leah Palmer didn't exist. Okay, so here's what happened. Some random person took a bunch of pictures from a real woman named Ruth Palmer. Well, they created this Instagram account and created this fake life for this woman named Leah. Well, one day Ruth's friend said, "Hey girl, is this you?" And she was fucking terrified. But here's the crazy part. Ruth did everything she could to have this account taken down, but every time it would get taken down, a new one would pop up. And there's really nothing she could do. Like, it was just gonna keep happening. And if you read some of the comments, this Leah person was getting so into it. "There's no place I'd rather be." A fan says, "I'm jealous, where are you?" Leah says, "Dubai, babe." Well, then people slowly started figuring out that this was fake. "You freak, this isn't you. Stealing someone else's photos. Get a life. I feel really sorry for you." Now, this is something that happens to me all the time. I see fake, Instagrams, and Twitters, and Facebooks, and everything of me.
It's
Some
like
of them have,
20
like,
different
really old
Shane.
pictures that I never posted online. Like, I don't know how they got them, but they did. Luckily, nobody believes that's me because, I have followers on other things. So clearly, it's not me. And now all these people think she's Leah. Ugh. That one is just... It's so creepy to me because yes, it's not crazy, like nobody died, but there's this person living this fake life using her pictures for a long time.
That's
Side
just
note, if
screwed
you guys
up.
see these comments,
That's why I don't
you can
trust
better
any
from
of the
me and say, "Hey
goddamn
guys, win a free iPad.
account.
Please stop giving me
That is fake. Obviously, it's fake.
If they wanted to be more realistic, they would be giving away food.
Yeah.
Back to the serious stuff. Okay, now this next one is insane and probably one of the craziest catfishing stories I've ever heard. This is the catfishing of an NBA star named Chris Anderson. Now this story is so insane, even me from Catfish has talked about it.
This is probably one of the most complicated and confusing catfish stories I've ever heard.
Okay, so this is complicated, so I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. But basically, somebody created a bunch of different online personas in order to ruin the life of NBA star Chris Anderson. Now, there was a woman in Canada named Shelly Chartier. Now, Shelly pretended to be both Chris Anderson and an Instagram model named Paris Dillon. Her plan was to catfish both of them into thinking they were in a relationship with each other. Now, I know you're thinking, why would she do that? Well, Paris was only 17, but when she was pretending to be Paris and talking to Chris, she told him that she was older, she was legal. Well, she convinced Chris to meet her, and as Chris, she convinced Paris to meet him. She created their relationship without them ever actually talking to each other.
Paris and Chris never directly communicated with each other. All of their messages were going through this operator, this catfish.
Now, she even got Paris to fly to meet Chris in person. Now, Chris and Paris spent a romantic weekend, and then weeks later, it came out that she was underage, and now everybody's calling Chris a pedophile. Well, then this is where it gets
Wow.
crazy. Shelly creates another person. Now, this person's name is Taylor. Now, as Tom Taylor, Shelly started threatening Paris and saying things like she was going to kill her.
He said that he was going to send somebody down there and he was going to have me raped and murdered and thrown on the side of the street.
Now, this is when Chris's entire world fell apart. He was fired, he lost millions of dollars, and pretty much everybody in the public shamed him. The cops even went to his house and raided it looking for child porn, and of course, none was found.
As far as the police can tell, Paris, underage, did in fact meet with and sleep with Chris Anderson, and there are these photos that Chris has apparently posted. So now, as far as the police department can tell, they're dealing with a case of child pornography.
So eventually, after all the investigations and countless testimonials, it was found out who was behind all this, who orchestrated all of these events. It was Shelly.
The catfish has been located in the province of Manitoba in a tiny speck of a town. Here she is, the Puppet Master, a soft-spoken, childlike woman, a member of the Cree Nation, 33-year-old Shelly Chartier.
Shelly was convicted and she spent 18 months in prison. But the trial is not quite over yet, and she could end up getting 24 years in jail. Okay, now this last one is very intense because it involves something that a lot of closeted men do. This involves a Craigslist hookup gone wrong. So there was a 30-year-old man named David who had it all. Good looks, he was a lawyer, he did very well financially, and he even had a wife. But David was living a double life. He had a habit of going on Craigslist, finding guys to hook up with, and having sex with them. Well, one night, David thought he was going to hook up with a man he met on Craigslist in a hotel room, but it turns out that it was not a man. Pretending to be a man was a 21-year-old woman named Jamira Gow. Now, her and her girlfriend came
God
up with a
damn
very
it.
clever but twisted plan. They wanted to rob somebody, but they didn't want to get caught. So they figured if they hooked up with a rich guy on Craigslist and robbed him, he wouldn't tell anybody. He wouldn't tell the cops because he didn't want to get caught hooking up with the guy.
Goldman allegedly posed as a man with the intention of robbing him, then stabbed him at least 7 times after he tried to stop her from leaving.
Well, the plan did not go well, and something happened during that robbery that went wrong, and Jamira ended up stabbing David 7 times. She even stabbed him once directly in the heart. Well, she left his dead body in the hotel room, but she did rob him. She took $40 in his cell phone.
$40?
She thought she was gonna get
I
away,
mean,
but
stab 7 times just to get $40. Not worth it, man. Not worth
This
it.
person wearing a hooded sweatshirt covering his or her face looks right at surveillance cameras. DC police say this is who they want to talk to about Anderson High School grad David Messerschmitt's death.
Jamira was sentenced to 24 years in prison, all for $40 and a cell phone. Well, there you guys go. Those are some of the creepiest and most insane catfish stories.
Yo,
Now,
that
like I
is
said in my last
insane.
catfish video, I just once again want to remind you guys, please do your research. If you're meeting up with somebody you met online or dating app, please Google them. Do a background search.
Well, there you guys go. That's my reaction of Shane's scariest catfishes ever, part 2. Guys, please do not trust anyone online unless that is your friend. Alright, unless like you've really met that person in real life and that guy is really your friend in real life. But in other news, if you don't know that guy, you're first timing just meeting him online, not in real life, just online, then just don't talk to him. Just be like, screw off, and then just block and just get the hell out of here. Just never respond, just ignore him, just, you know, just basically don't talk to strangers online unless they are your friends in real life. So, you know, there you guys go. There's my reactions to Shane's Catfishes Ever Part 2. So please like this video, leave a comment if necessary, and subscribe. And I'll leave a link to Shane's channel right down there, so you can check out more of his videos and his creepy videos all down there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which is tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.